Again, we're going to multiply just like we multiplied before. I'm going to use my distributive property on that first one, right?
Yeah.
So, multiplying that out, I'm going to get 12i
minus 6i.
minus 6i squared, right? Because there's an I and another I.
Okay,
Now, remember earlier we said I squared was equal to something? And whenever we had I squared, we were going to put what in its spot?
Negative.
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
So, right here, we're going to replace that with a negative 1. So we're going to have 12i, and then I have negative 6 times negative 1. A negative 6 times a negative 1 would make that?
Negative 6.
A negative times a negative is a positive 6. Okay? Now we can't combine those. They're not like terms. However, I need my answer in standard form, and my answer's not in standard form. What do I have to do to fix that? To get my answer in standard form?
Just switch them around.
Switch them around. 6 plus 12i. There's my answer in standard form then. So whenever I have that I squared, I'm going to put a negative 1 in its spot. Gets rid of the I out of that part of it. And then we can go from there. Number 11. Again, we're multiplying, but this one we have to FOIL out because we have 2 terms in each parentheses. So, FOILing that out, what would we get?
What we can't do is, we can't distribute. Are we distributing them?
Well,
You're gonna go
sort of,
on.
but we're FOILing, right? So we're taking the negative 3 times the negative 4.
That's going to be 12.
12. Then we're going to take the negative 3 times the positive 3i.
Negative 9.
Which is negative 9i. And then we're going to take the positive 6i times the negative 4i in the middle.
Negative 24.
Negative 24i. And then we're going to take the positive 6i times the positive 3i.
18.
Positive 18i squared. And what do we know we're going to do with that I squared?
Negative 1.
We're going to make a negative 1 there. So that means I'm going to get positive 18 times negative 1, which makes that positive 18 times negative 1 is
Negative 18.
negative 18. So we have 12 minus 9i minus 24i minus 18. Now we can combine our like terms. We're going to do the numbers first because we know we want our answer in standard form. 12 minus 18 would be
12 minus 18. 6.
negative 6.
Negative 6.
And then we're going to do the minus 9i minus the 24i.
33.
Minus 33i. And that's in standard form. There's our answer. Number 12, same kind of thing. We're going to do some FOILing. So, FOILing that out, we would get
30
30
minus 30.
minus 30
I.
I, yep. Inside,
20.
which is
minus 20.
minus 20 I,
20.
right? That one has an I on it.
I.
And then we're going to have
Plus 20 I.
plus
squared.
20I squared. And what are we going to do with the I squared?
We are going to minus 1.
Make it a minus 1. So we're going to have 30 minus 30I minus 20I. And when we do a positive 20 times a negative 1,
Oh, here's the problem.
uh-oh,
Well, I'm in class. Hey, what's going on? No, we're 30 minus 30I minus 20I plus 20I.
no, and what are we doing with this one? On the end? We're going to do 20
Oh, negative.
times negative 1, so that's going to make that a minus 20, right?
Minus 20.
Minus 20. That gets rid of the I on that one. So now we can combine our like terms.
So it's gonna be. Are we doing the 30 plus 20 is
Whoops, you're doing 30 minus 20.
Oh, yeah.
30 minus 20 is
Negative 10, or 10.
10.
Equals 10,
And then we're going to combine our i's.
30.
Negative 30 minus 20,
20 equals negative 50.
negative 50i then.
50I.
So 10 minus 50i is going to be my answer. All right?